It's clear that being filthy rich isn't the worst possible scenario for a human being. Most individuals take pleasure in obtaining their every material wish, for reasons only the Almighty knows. But even the Rothschilds cultivate musks. No other 10 royal families can have what they want in this earth. When it comes to riches and influence, they are the outlier. They are major players on the global stage. Here are the top 10 wealthiest royal families. Number 10. House of Liechtenstein. If you are not from Austria or Switzerland, you will need assistance locating this little principality. Located in the Alps across the Rhine River, Liechtenstein is only 16 kilometers in length and 5 kilometers wide. Among the towering peaks of the Alps, the state can be found nestled snugly between Switzerland and Austria. This little nation is one of the world's wealthiest. The Liechtenstein family, who run the country, has a combined net worth of $4.4 billion, making them one of the world's wealthiest families. Prince John Adam II of Liechtenstein is the monarch, and his name appears on most of the kingdom's assets. Since the LTG Group Bank is privately held by the ruling family, they are exempt from paying taxes on their enormous profits. The prince also has extensive holdings in valuable real estate, including numerous castles and palaces spread out across Austria and the Czech Republic. Number 9. House Maktoum, Dubai. For close to 2 centuries, members of the Maktoum family have served as Dubai's emirs. At the time, the wealthy were able to transform a barren stretch of desert into a paradise. During this metamorphosis, the family amassed a massive fortune of $19 billion. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the ruler of Dubai and the scion of the Al Maktoum family, is the wealthiest. The Sheikh's economic acumen has resulted in a 4-fold increase in his fortune, but he also knows how to have a good time. The same may be said about his son. He is very much like him. The most lavish car in Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum's garage is just one of many in his extensive collection of golden automobiles, which includes some rare and unusual types. He owns a whole bunch of super fancy tanks. They manufactured vehicles for the oil barons' recreational use in the desert. Number 8. House Alawite, Morocco. One of the oldest on the list, this family can be traced all the way back to the Middle Ages. They've ruled Morocco for 500 years, and it's been a very lucrative venture for them. The 19-strong Moroccan royal family has a total fortune of almost $20 billion. The majority of these resources are owned by the monarch, who, in addition to his many holdings, receives a salary of roughly $500,000 a year simply for showing up to ceremonies and waving to the crowd. This sum is substantial, yet it won't even pay for a single week's worth of utilities at the family's Fez Palace. The annual cost to maintain such opulence is roughly $960,000. Most kings don't need more than one court. King Mohammed IV still owns a dozen of them, with an estimated cost of $500,000 apiece. Number 7. House Bolkiah, Brunei. For the past 8 centuries, the royal family of Brunei has ruled as powerful House Bolkiahs. They have done an outstanding job, not so much for the country and its residents but for themselves, despite the British and other occupations during that time. Not many people would pay $21,000 for a haircut, but the Bolkiah is worth over $30 billion and has some unique taste even for wealthy folks. But the Sultan of Brunei is clearly fond of his new do, as evidenced by the size of the tips he leaves. The Sultan of Brunei splashed out on a private plane to the tune of $400 million, which is just one example of his extravagant spending. The fact that it keeps flying despite being laden with an additional $120 million worth of gold is nothing short of miraculous. For a man who makes $147 every second, these costs are pennies on the dollar. Number 6. House Adulyadej, Thailand. His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej of Thailand is the current monarch of Thailand. The Crown Property Bureau is largely responsible for the royal family's staggering $60 billion fortune. The bureau controls nearly half of the family's assets. Prior to Bhumibol's accession, Thailand's royal dynasty had widespread popular support. His wasteful spending, lavish tastes, and bizarre antics have prompted calls for political reform in the country. When it came time to say goodbye to his dog, Bommyball spared no cost. The 4-day, multi-million-dollar pet funeral lasted longer than expected. The king likewise wastes a lot of money on frivolous pursuits and pays little attention to policymaking. Number 5. House Windsor, United Kingdom. The British royal family are no longer treated as royalty but rather as celebrities. The Queen and her eccentric headwear have entered the realm of mainstream culture. Most of the royal family's fortune of over $88 billion is in British real estate. The portfolio includes prized palaces like Windsor Manor and Buckingham Palace, and is estimated to be worth around $10 billion. In most royal families, the king or queen is the wealthiest member of the family, but this is not the case with the Windsors. The 500 million Queen's subjects are only 10% of the 5 billion great-grandchildren. Prince and Princess Charlotte, who is only 6 years old, has amassed an incredible fortune because her parents have made her a toddler-style hero. Unlike their more ostentatious peers throughout the world, the British royal family is not known for flaunting their wealth in public. They don't display any of the luxuries that their society enjoys, such as golden vehicles, revolutionary warships converted into yachts, or dancing zebras who can recite God Save the Queen while juggling hedgehogs and standing on a large ball. Number 4. House Nahyan of Abu Dhabi. Under the leadership of His Majesty Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the royal family of Abu Dhabi has amassed an estimated $150 billion. The family owns many 7-star hotels and the world's tallest structure, Burj Khalifa in Dubai, and made their money primarily through the oil trade. The Nahyan family, according to popular belief, does not reside in a rat hole but rather a mansion replete with every imaginable amenity. The Qasr Al Watan Royal Palace is the largest in the world, encompassing an incredible 380,000 square meters and costing almost $2 billion. It also has billions of dollars worth of property, yachts, automobiles, and planes. The royal family of Abu Dhabi undoubtedly knows how to enjoy a life of luxury. Number 3. House of Thani of Qatar. At age 41, Sheikh Tamim has the distinction of becoming the world's youngest monarch. His family is the third wealthiest in the world, and he is the head of the family. The family has a large portfolio of UK properties and even stakes in the Empire State Building in New York, despite the fact that fossil fuel exports are the principal source of income. Thani has made substantial investments in high-growth sectors. He owns sizable stakes in luxury brands like Barclays and Tiffany & Company. The Qatari monarch and his family live in a Doha palace estimated to be worth over $1 billion. The castle itself is remarkable, with its many residential and ceremonial courts. The Qatari family has a larger real estate holding in the UK than the British royal family does. As rumors have it, the Thani family bribed FIBA officials to allow them to host the World Cup finals in 2022. The Thani family has spent billions on luxury and class, amassing an extensive collection of cars, planes, and other luxurious items. Number 2. House of Al Sabah of Kuwait. After 3 centuries in power, the Al Sabah family has amassed an incredible $360 billion. The current patriarch is the Emir, Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmad Al Yaba Al Sabah. Although oil exports remain the primary source of the family's wealth, investments made by the family in several countries, primarily the United States, beginning in the 1980s have paid huge profits in recent decades. The wealthy family is well known for its extravagant tastes, which include the keeping of exotic animals. Despite funding a cultural center that is an architectural masterpiece, the family has turned its back on the arts. There are theaters, libraries, and convention spaces inside. That's how you keep your traditions alive even while you indulge in every modern convenience. Number 1. The Saudi royal family, the Sauds. They are the wealthiest royal family in the world by a wide margin, around $1.7 trillion, and they make no secret of the fact. With its vast oil reserves, Saudi Arabia is one of the world's wealthiest nations, and $1.7 trillion is a gargantuan sum. It's been reduced from its original 15,000 relatives. The Saudi royal family is known for its lavish tastes and high standards of living. They only care about golden things, such as yachts, vehicles, and furnishings. Maybe they have a golden bike. They own some of the finest real estate in France, the United Kingdom, and elsewhere throughout the world. It's common knowledge that the family always pays more than they should for luxury items. The recent record-breaking acquisition of Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi captured the attention of the world. The current value of the 500-year-old painting is $450.3 million. A Muslim household has no use for a picture of Jesus. My best guess is that they are exploring new revenue streams in an effort to wean themselves off of oil export. It's a shrewd approach that proves their success stems from more than just the country's wealth. These 10 royal families are among the wealthiest in the world, thanks to their savvy business decisions and astute investments. Which of these dynasties came as the biggest surprise to you? Let me know in the comments, and if you liked the video, please like and subscribe.